This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening. I'm Haley Wilgus. Scott has the night off. Thank you for being with us. Our top story, new developments surrounding a former Sarasota County Sheriff's deputy accused of attempted murder. Frankie Bybee was ordered to pay more than $400,000 bond. But in a surprise twist, after the bond hearing, 11 additional charges were filed against Bybee. They include hacking into the email account of his alleged 79-year-old victim and making multiple unauthorized ATM withdrawals from the victim's account. In this surveillance video released by the sheriff's office, Bybee can be seen making what is believed to be one of those withdrawals. Still, Bybee's attorney says the facts of this case are not what they appear to be.
I think the sheriff's office always thinks they have a pretty solid case or they wouldn't make an arrest. That's what a jury's for, and the jury will hear all the evidence in the long run, and the jury will make that determination. It's not what I think, it's not what the state thinks, it's what the jury thinks, and that's why I'm so thankful to the system that we have.
If Bybee makes bail, he will be placed on house arrest and be prohibited from contacting the victim or any potential witnesses. We'll have much more on the developments surrounding Bybee's case coming up later in our newscast. And new information tonight on a deadly crash in Sarasota County. The two-car crash at University Parkway near North Honore Avenue happened around 8 o'clock this morning, and it did tie up traffic for hours. The Florida Highway Patrol says 60-year-old Mark O'Brien rear-ended another car. He died at the scene. The man who was driving the other car and his 16-year-old son were taken to Lakewood Ranch Medical Center with minor injuries. Sarasota police are now warning drivers they will soon start handing out tickets to drivers who block intersections. It is against the law to enter an intersection unless it is clear. Many drivers, however, ignore that law. And just in the past day or so, Sarasota police officers have handed out nearly 75 warnings and some pink handouts with information about the Florida statute. The Sarasota Police Department says those warnings will soon turn into tickets. And Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies are searching for two men who burglarized a furniture store. Surveillance video shows the thieves walking up to the Dutch Crafters Amish Furniture Store on Lockwood Ridge Road last Thursday morning. The store manager says the pair stole a table and 4 matching chairs, which were worth nearly $3,000. The furniture was chained up outside of the front of the store. A possible solution to the battle to dredge Big Pass and add sand to Lido Beach. Sarasota City Manager Tom Barwin is proposing a $2 to $3 million insurance fund for the project. Barwin says $2 million could come from the tourist development tax. He says the $3 million could come from the county. If the dredging negatively impacts either Siesta or Lido Keys, the fund could be used to correct it. City staff will present a proposal for city commissioners to approve in 2 weeks. A follow-up now on an issue that pretty much affects all homeowners in Manatee County. Starting in April, residents in Manatee County will pay more for water. Today, Manatee County commissioners approved raising water and wastewater rates by 8% over the next 2 years. The increase will be gradual, with a 4% increase taking effect on April 1st and the second 4% increase going into effect the following April. For the average customer, the increase translates to a little more than $2 a month. And now for a check on our forecast, let's head over to Bob.
Well, right now we're looking at generally fair skies up and down the coast. It's been windy today, warm and humid, and all that wind and warm, moist air is heading into a storm system now, moving through the lower Mississippi Valley, causing all sorts of problems there. 76 degrees, still warm, nice sunshine out there. The dew point is up at 66, winds out of the south at 15, had gusts as high as 20 to 25, and the pressure 29.99 inches, and that is falling now as this cold front advances to the southeast. Now it looks like most of the energy with this is going to stay to our north, but it still is a potential for some showers and thunderstorms, especially inland, pushing off toward the east throughout the evening. As far as the thunderstorm risk goes, severe storms are possible, mainly north of the Tampa Bay area. We have again, a small chance for some thunderstorms and a few showers. I mentioned most of that should be inland, pushing away toward the east coast. A tornado possibility to the north and west of us, not for us here. We are not anticipating anything too rough as far as that goes. Tornado warning just issued now for parts of Mississippi east of Jackson. We've had tornadoes near New Orleans doing some damage there. We'll have more on that in a little bit. Also, severe thunderstorms rolling across the panhandle of Florida. And currently, there's some storms over Polk County. I believe this is a military exercise that's going on down there in Fort Myers, but no rain around here right now. We'll have more in our forecast let you know about a cool down coming up in just a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Tonight, Betsy DeVos is the new Secretary of Education, despite a last-ditch effort by Democrats to derail her confirmation. But as President Donald Trump gets that cabinet pick approved, another nomination could be in jeopardy. ABC's Janai Norman is on Capitol Hill with the brewing controversy.
A 50-50 split.
The yeas are 50, the nays are 50.
Democrats pulled out all the stops, speaking for 24 hours, hoping to convince a third Republican to break ranks and vote against Betsy DeVos for Secretary of Education.
Betsy DeVos never attended a public school for a day, never taught at a public school, didn't send her children to public schools.
But in the end, it wasn't enough to block the billionaire who's come under fire for her lack of experience in public education and suggestion guns might be needed in some Wyoming schools to fend off grizzly bears.
The Senate being equally divided, the Vice President votes in the affirmative and the nomination is confirmed.
Vice President Mike Pence cast the historic tie-breaking vote to secure DeVos's confirmation.
We're looking forward to seeing more of the president's pick to lead agencies and departments confirmed in the upcoming week, despite these childish tactics of the Democrats in the Senate.
But the confirmation controversy isn't over. The president's pick for Labor Secretary, Andrew Puzder, admitted to employing an undocumented immigrant, saying in a statement to ABC News he was not aware the housekeeper wasn't legally permitted to work in the U.S., and when he learned of her status, he ended her employment and fully paid back taxes to the IRS and state. Alabama Senator Jeff Sessions, who helped secure DeVos's confirmation, will be up for a confirmation vote of his own for Attorney General as early as tomorrow. Janai Norman, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
And two hardworking teachers on the Suncoast are being recognized by Governor Rick Scott. Antonio Alves, a teacher at Lincoln Memorial Middle School in Manatee County, and Kaya Davis, a teacher at Booker High School, both received the Governor's Shine Award in Tallahassee today. The award recognizes exceptional educators and administrators who make significant contributions to the field of education. Mr. Alves has been teaching math and geometry at Lincoln Middle School since 2014 and is designated as a high-impact teacher for having a positive impact on his students.
I just do what I do. I just always put my students first, try and make decisions based on my students' needs, and just constantly trying different things, trying to keep them engaged and trying to get them to love education as much as I do.
A total of 8 educators received the Shine Award today. Davis is also the 2017 Sarasota County Teacher of the Year. And ABC7 business commentator Richard Stern is joining us now. And Richard, not much change on Wall Street, but one record close nonetheless.
Haley, you've got it exactly right, and we've been saying for days now that the market just hasn't been moving very far. Today was another example of it, really very little net change at the end, but intraday, the Dow was up by 103 points at a new intraday high of 20,155. The NASDAQ not only had a new intraday high, but closed at a new high as well. So let's take a look at the figures as they stand come 4 o'clock. There you see the Dow at 20,090.29. That's a gain of almost 38 points, not quite 0.2% on volume of 641 million shares. Now here's the NASDAQ. Here's the record, also up 0.19, just like the Dow, up almost 11 points at 5,674.22. That on volume of 1,372 million shares. And let's not get too excited about the S&P, up less than 1.21%, but a gain nonetheless, 2,293.08. Well, it was a tough day for Michael Kors. The market may have gone higher, but Michael Kors and Company, the manufacturer of lots of retail products, particularly handbags, its shares fell by 11% today. The reason for it, both sales, total sales and revenues came in below expectations, earnings below expectations, and Haley, probably the biggest surprise of all, same-store sales, which is really the measure that most retailers look at, were down by 6.9%, and the company said it doesn't see a real rosy picture ahead. So when a retailer loses 7% in same-store sales, that's how you lose 11% of your value in one day.
Right. And also speaking of retail, you have some news on Sears.
And also speaking of down arrows, Sears down 13%, trading at less than $6 a share. Nothing specific, but obviously it's very clear that Sears and Kmart, they are one company, not only are struggling, but they may be struggling for their own survival.
Right. They haven't been able to turn things around in quite some time. All right, thank you, Richard.
You're welcome.
Still to come on your Suncoast News, a tornado outbreak in the Deep South. Twisters touched down in Louisiana, knocking out power and damaging homes and businesses. And ABC7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will have an update on our weather forecast coming up. Plus, later in Health Smart, another reason to indulge in a cup of coffee or many cups of coffee, how it could prevent inflammation. Coming up next.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
We are going to build a great society where no man or woman are the victim of fear or poverty or hatred, where every man and woman has a chance for fulfillment and prosperity and hope.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction. Spend time choosing from exciting colors, textures, and accessories, and then collaborate with one of our expert designers to create the perfect custom storage solution to fit your style and budget. At California Closets, we design everything to exceed your expectations for any room in your home. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the nearest showroom to you. California Closets, designed to your life.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
An emergency situation in southern Louisiana tonight. The National Weather Service says it has confirmed 3 tornadoes have touched down. One twister touched down in the eastern part of New Orleans, another touched down near Donaldsville, and another in the town of Killian. Emergency crews are still out assessing the damage. Officials say at least 7 homes have been damaged, 2 of them destroyed. Deputy Emergency Management Director says there are reports of dozens of injuries, 2 of them serious. The storms knocked down trees and around 10,000 people are reported without power. The mayor of New Orleans is asking storm victims to be patient.
This thing comes up on you in a second, and within literally seconds you lose everything that you have. And so, of course, the first thing that we care about is whether there's loss of life. We also want to make sure that everybody's taken care of who's hurt, and then property damage is next. So this is going to be a difficult situation for everybody. We're going to ask everybody to give us a lot of room to work and to be patient.
The tornadoes are part of a wall of bad weather moving across the Deep South, which Bob had mentioned that could be headed to North Florida with some issues.
It's already into North Florida right now. Severe thunderstorm warnings there. Get a look at this video of the tornado. We saw that in the package, but this looks to appear to be a wedge tornado, a very powerful one at that, maybe an EF3. No, I don't think it's an EF2, definitely an EF3 with the damage I saw. And this is a part of a storm system that's going to sweep a cold front our way, and that front will bring us some cooler temperatures, but I don't think we're going to see the severe weather that they're seeing now over North Florida. And that wall of storms, if you will, or line of storms, is making its way across North Florida, eventually moving through north central Florida later on tonight. Get a look at the radar picture. Titan radar showing the tornado watch box now in effect for parts of the panhandle of Florida, also a severe thunderstorm watch. By the time this reaches into central Florida, the circulation and rotation with it will be well to the north, so I'm not anticipating any severe storms as far as tornadoes go, but winds could be as high as 50 to 60 miles an hour with some of the storms approaching into north central Florida late tonight and tomorrow morning. Right now, the very heavy rainfall from Panama City northward up to Dothan, and you can see it's starting to quiet down somewhat to the west into Louisiana, but into Mississippi, still some big storms there. We have some inland storms today, and they're fairly significant near Winter Haven and Interstate 4 just southwest of Orlando. This pushing off to the north, and then for us, not much going on here. Things are fairly quiet and should stay that way for the most part. We'll see a better chance for some scattered showers and storms late tonight and into early morning hours, and I don't anticipate anything too rough. 76 degrees right now. It's sunny. The dew point is at 66. Winds are out of the south at 15, and the pressure now 2998, and that's been battered around a bit as a result of the frontal system approaching the panhandle, so that high pressure is slipping off a little bit to the east and south. Temperatures behind it much cooler. Pensacola at 61. 84 in Mayaca City. We checked on these temperatures. These are not correct readings right now. These are some readings that are a little bit higher than that. It's typically into the mid-80s there, though, in to Northport and Arcadia. Highs tomorrow will still be warm, mid-70s, above average. We'll see a mixture of sun and clouds in the mix as we move through time tomorrow. Well, here's one forecast model showing tonight. Here comes some storms approaching over north central Florida, also out into the Gulf of Mexico. And then they kind of fade away. We'll have to keep an eye on that. There's still a pretty good chance we'll see some of that activity into our area late tonight. And then the front comes down on Wednesday morning and into Wednesday afternoon. It kind of pulls up stationary. Then another shot of cooler air starts to move in on Thursday morning, blowing through here and cooling us down for Thursday night and Friday. Temperatures will get back down to seasonal averages or slightly below that to start things off on Friday. It looks to be pretty good, though, once it moves on through. The rain chance with this front is only about 30% as it moves through on Thursday. Now, as far as the satellite and radar imagery goes, you can see the big storm now stretching from the lower southeast United States all the way up into the northeast, and more rain and heavy rainfall expected for California. It's lessening somewhat into Washington and Oregon. Now, temperatures currently in the single digits in Montana, North Dakota, and into South Dakota, but much warmer out ahead of it in the warm, moist air throughout the southern plain states. And Washington right now 71 degrees there. It's 58 in Cleveland, Chicago at 42, and Detroit now 48 degrees. The temperature forecast is calling for this colder air to start to spread to the southeast. It won't stick around all that long, though. It's going to move down and eventually bring us a cool day on Friday. You can see that getting close to the southeast as we move through time, and then quickly warms up for the weekend. So if you have some weekend plans, looks to be pretty nice. Here's a look at the 7-day forecast. A 30% chance for a few showers overnight and tomorrow morning. Then again on Thursday morning at the secondary front, we will see a good deal of sea fog rolling in, so that could be an issue, especially for coastal locations throughout the morning on both Wednesday and Thursday. And then temperatures cool on Friday to 69 degrees after a pretty chilly start, upper 40s. Nothing drastic, though. And then sunshine returns Saturday and Sunday. High temperatures get back up there above average, mid to upper 70s. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Now to Suncoast Traffic Watch. Traffic is backed up on I-75 in the northbound lanes from the Bee Ridge Road exit north to University Parkway. In health news tonight, more evidence coffee is good for you. A study published in the journal Nature Medicine found the more caffeine people consumed, the more protected they were against a chronic state of inflammation. People who drank more than 5 cups of coffee a day showed extremely low levels of activity in the inflammatory gene pathway. Researchers say caffeine inhibits this circuit and turns the inflammatory pathway off. That's a good thing because inflammation is believed to be a contributing factor in most chronic diseases of aging, including diabetes, heart disease, cancer, joint disorders, and Alzheimer's. People are eating more bacon, but that's not necessarily a good thing. In 2015, the World Health Organization found that processed meats, including bacon, cause colorectal cancer. One hot dog, or about 6 pieces of bacon a day, raises the risk of colorectal cancer by 18%. Processed meats contain nitrates that can form compounds in the body that damage DNA. And when cooked at high temperatures, especially pan frying, more carcinogenic compounds are released. Plus, cancer researchers say these meats contain a potentially dangerous type of iron. And now to a voluntary pet food recall. Evanger's dog and cat food hunk of beef au jus was reportedly contaminated with pentobarbital, which is often used as a sedative and to treat anxiety. It can cause drowsiness, dizziness, and can be deadly if ingested by an animal. One dog has reportedly died and 5 more were sickened by this tainted food. The products were sold in several states, including Florida. You can visit our website for the exact manufacture date and lot number. Coming up, a dog clinging to life in a frigid river. 2 fishermen work together to save the animal, fighting off hypothermia. Plus, life after the White House looks pretty darn good, doesn't it? Barack Obama cuts loose in the Virgin Islands with a kite surfing competition.
ABC7 News at 7 weeknights.
Contemporary Cabinetry and Closet Concepts. Our strength is in building a relationship with our clients. Locally owned and operated for over 30 years. When you organize your home, you simplify your life. Call today for a free in-home consultation or visit the web at contemporarycabinetry.srq.com.
Robotic surgery is changing medicine. The robot has better vision than a human. You can see 10 times better magnification than the human eye, but it takes a human eye to run the machine. In fact, it takes multiple human eyes to treat a patient. We've perfected the team, we've perfected the procedure, and the more experienced the team, the better the quality outcome.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Come out to the best party of the season, the Goodwill Mardi Gras Gala on February 28th at Michael's on E. Tickets at experiencegoodwill.org.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Ideologue. I am an originalist.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
2 fishermen worked together to save a drowning dog in the freezing waters of Cedar River near Waterloo, Iowa. The big mastiff was struggling to swim, and search and rescue crews couldn't get any closer to help. The dog was treading water for more than 10 minutes. That's when fishermen Jason and Chad Conkling, they jumped into action, and they went over to the dog and pulled her into the boat.
We were rubbing on her. We put a jacket on her.
Yeah, put her jacket on her, started rubbing on her, trying to get her blood flowing.
The fishermen say that she was barely moving when they got her into the boat, and it appeared she was starting to get hypothermia. The dog's owner could not be located, so the dog was taken to animal control, and hopefully she will find her way home. The city of Boston is covered in red, white, and blue confetti to celebrate the Super Bowl champions, the New England Patriots. The team had its victory parade today. Patriots owner Robert Kraft MVP quarterback Tom Brady and other players waved to the fans, and if they were riding in a World War II era amphibious duck boat, some of those there. This is not the duck boat, but the Pats set a record coming back in overtime to beat the Atlanta Falcons 34-28. This is the Patriots' 5th Super Bowl title and the only Super Bowl overtime game. Huge comeback. Barack Obama is enjoying some fun in the sun. The former president soaked in every bit of his post-White House vacation in the British Virgin Islands. Obama and his friend Richard Branson, the founder of the Virgin Group, took on a little challenge. Branson recently learned foilboard surfing. So President Obama hopped on a kite surf for the first time to see who could stay on the longest. Branson says Obama stayed up for 100 meters, beating Branson by a full 50 meters. And that looks quite difficult, but it also looks like a beautiful place to be doing that. I'm sure he's enjoying some rest and relaxation. Still to come in your Suncoast News, challenges faced by Florida's second largest industry, what our leaders in Washington are doing to help fight citrus greening and search for a cure.
If you want to rediscover the smooth, radiant skin of your past, consider a facelift, eyelid lift, or laser resurfacing from Faces by Feza. Restore your natural, youthful appearance and the confidence that goes with it when you trust your face to the expert hands of Dr. John Feza. Using a delicate touch, he gives you natural-looking contours, a clean jawline, and long-lasting results. Call today to schedule a private consultation, because when you look good, you feel good. Faces by Feza at Center for Sight.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction. Spend time choosing from exciting colors, textures, and accessories, and then collaborate with one of our expert designers to create the perfect custom storage solution to fit your style and budget. At California Closets, we design everything to exceed your expectations for any room in your home. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the nearest showroom to you. California Closets, designed to your life.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing, but sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that, and with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Gold fever is at an all-time high in the Sunshine State with the new Gold Rush Doubler family of scratch-off games. Everyone is rushing to Florida to strike it doubly rich. With over $1 billion in total cash prizes, the Florida Gold Rush is on. The Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
We are going to build a great society where no man or woman are the victim of fear or poverty or hatred, where every man and woman has a chance for fulfillment and prosperity and hope.